You want to talk about the joys of online dating? It's ridiculous. As a 41-year-old woman, I am terrified. I'm lonely, but I don't think I'm that lonely. Dude, a 60-year-old man liked my profile, and it makes me, I think I'm gonna cry.
Oh yes, we're back again with another banger. It is the Date Master again at your service. When you come in, make sure you hit the like button, you subscribe button, and you also hit the notification bell. That way you will be notified once I drop some new content. So this is just going to prelude into our segment tomorrow on the New Normal podcast. Make sure you tune in. Make sure you follow the pages on all social media at the New Normal podcast. But this is a time, gentlemen, again, I'm speaking to you this week. Gentlemen, this is a time for us to rejoice and be merry. Excuse me. I can, without a doubt, say that I am very proud. And I'm going to play the villain in this era. This is my villain arc. Well, should I say the anti-hero? This is the first, maybe the first moment for a long time in which men has, what I would like to say, confiscated their power back in the dating market. In Western civilization, men have now reclaimed the position of power. I put a video, and this is one. The video you see on this video, and shout out to Taylor the Fiend for, breaking down his videos. Make sure you go check out his channel. And it's basically, again, it's just for the content. He's going to give you some dialogue, but just look at the women as they crumbled. Again, this is one video of maybe thousands that I've seen, maybe thousands, and that I've seen, not that are out there on TikTok, Snapchat, wherever these women like to play. But these are just the women that I've come across and some of the videos that I skipped over, where these women are crumbling and crying and now coming to realize that the chickens do come home to roost. And what's going to take place, this is a necessary process. When you're trying to climb this ladder, again, this is the real time. You have to be uncomfortable. You have to purge. So let's say working out, fitness, you have to detox. You have to work out. You have to cleanse your body of all of the chemicals, the fats, the hormones that have been, put in your food that you eat every day because of the unbalanced diet, the cheat days you get, the binge eating that you do when you're on this fitness journey. But we have to go through this process, ladies. I'm sorry to tell you. And I'm speaking to you now, but this message is for the men. But we do have to go through this process. So what is this process that you're seeing? Well, this process is basically a detox. The men are more demanding. The standards have been raised. I've been seeing that post float around quite a bit as well. Men have taken so much shit over the years that now ladies have, because this is one of the reasons why obesity in America is the way it is. And it's not a moderate obesity. You're talking 300-pound women walking around, 250-pound women walking around thinking they have leverage in this market. And this is not specifically to women who are overweight, but that's just a telltale sign, because that's your overall physical appearance, your fitness. That's the first priority. That's going to be your first. If you can't take care of yourself, how can you take care of me? If you can't take care of yourself, how can you take care of a child or another person or persons, i.e. husband, family, etc.? Yet you want a soft life. So what that has done is push men to where men made parachutes as they edged toward the cliff. They were making parachutes and hang gliders and cushions, because the women thought they were going to bag the men into a corner where they either have to jump or come and deal with their demands. And men said, okay, well, while we wait and negotiate, we're going to be building planes and landing pads and parachutes. And men have basically jumped off the cliff, but not to their demise. No, 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 not to their demise, but to their salvation. And I truly feel, again, I just look at the interactions that I get from women now. Women try to sift back and go back through the DMs. Oh, absolutely not. On the dating apps, scouting. No, 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 no. And what you're going to notice is that this is going to be an influx of older women in the dating pool. The younger women, a lot of them, the smart ones, are going to get out the way and have gotten out the way because they know what comes with that. They see it. Some of them really see it, just like some of the young men that are entrepreneurs, businessmen, early, bypass dating, going to parties, movies, doing the rigmarole with women. They bypass that and say, well, I'm just going to focus on myself and focus on business. So you're seeing a lot of young, wealthy men now, young men growing into, skilled, knowledgeable. I don't know if you saw it was a 20 verse one. I think the guy may have been 21 or 22. And he was speaking about how he's in the syndicated real estate for a unit. Like his jargon lets you know he's very knowledgeable and he's been in the lane he's been in for some time and he's picked up the information. But this is the time in which you should rejoice, gentlemen. The women thought they can do what you do. They thought they can go through the gauntlet, get the business going, get into their career, get their houses, etc. That, not knocking that. However, a lot of things do come at a cost. There is nothing. See, a lot of women thought they were just going to kind of skate through. They're just going to skate through, be on the scene, but yet still have a guy in the friend zone, in which when I feel the competition is getting too stiff, I can hit the eject button and get out of the dating game. And my white knight in shining armor is going to be in the cut waiting on me, all damaged, ready to receive me. See, women were not expecting such an abrupt response from men and saying they're not dating anymore. They're not approaching you anymore. You see, this is just a woman talking about dating. You haven't seen the videos of the women that think they're the shit and asking why are guys not approaching, and even going to the lengths of giving tips on how to approach or how to pick up a woman. These fish are telling you how to be fished. Make that make sense? The fish are trying to teach you how to fish them. But yes, this is a time to rejoice because all of the power now is in your hands, gentlemen. You get to dictate the terms. A lot of women are going to find. I'm going to tell you another thing I paid attention to and what I've been noticing. The chants and the manifestation type statuses and verbiage. I'm going to get my husband this year. God puts good husbands in women. I know you've been seeing this. These women have gone to where they're praying out loud. I guess they're making it so they vocalize it. So they're putting it on their Facebook statuses and tweets and Instagrams, thinking they're going to pray and will a husband into their lives. And God does not work like that, ladies. I'm sorry to tell you. It says, and this is your quote that you like to use. It says, he who finds a wife, right? So why does it look like you're the one looking for a husband when it says he who finds a wife? Not he who gets married. He who finds a wife, which implies you are a wife before I even meet you. You've conducted yourself as a wife before I even meet you. See, that's the downslope, and that's why we are where we are today. Behavior analysis. Look at your behaviors, fellas. You look at what you've been doing over a course of time. You ask yourself, okay, what is this? How is this benefiting me? Whether it's dating, professional, business. And if it's not benefiting you in any way, you remove it and replace it with something that is. You see how that works? So the women that don't provide any benefit, are you still thinking they're going to be added to someone's life, or they're going to just add a man to their life like an accessory? So they're praying and chanting, and these are telltale signs that you, again, gentlemen, have the power. You get to negotiate the terms. You get to say what's what. Yes, You get to say what's what, especially for the older batch of women. Let's say 28 and over. Yeah, you get to dictate 100%, and even really not over all of the time. You get to dictate 100% of the terms. If you want 2 and 3 girlfriends, if you have the resource, the confidence, the know-how to manage such, you can include that in your policy. Well, I'm going to deal with this woman because if that's who you are as a man, you know you have no faithful bone in your body. You're not able to be faithful to just one woman, or no one woman can't satisfy you. You should be able to vocalize that proudly because you've done the work to maintain and have such a standard. See, I'm not opposed to standards, but they have to match. Because I asked, well, if a woman with kids is owed a guy that pays all of the bills, faithful, loving, supporting, going to invest, going to teach you something, what does the virgin woman get? If the standard is to where the woman with kids, multiple bodies, etc., overweight, can demand this guy at the top 5%, what does the virgin get? Does she get a king, a god? What does she get? If you get that. So I'm not opposed to standards, but I am opposed to delusion. Yes, this is the end of an era. The BBLs, the lashes, the weaves, the baddie, the boss babe, all of that is a done deal. Now you can still do it, but again, what is it going to benefit you? I see women on the internet every day in a lot of cases with birthday makeup on every single day, looking like utter fools, standing outside of gas stations, having impromptu photo shoots, but doing nothing. Not going to work. They got the Keisha Kaur outfits with the leggings and the panties underneath with the blonde wigs and looking like utter fools, thinking they're baddies. That, ladies, have come to an end. That doesn't, fellas are not going to respond to that. The fellas, I would like to motivate you in a sense too, or encourage you to practice your sovereignty now. Use your sovereignty, your newfound power and position to better yourself. You're not missing out on anything. The women are not going anywhere. Some of them are, but most of them are not. They're going to be in the same place you see them today, next year. Maybe a little more heavier, a little bit more jaded because due to the situationships that have come to an end, the endless the sex tours that have put too much mileage on their emotions and their body, they'll be there, more damage, but you'll know to avoid them at all cost. But this is a time where we rejoice again. I'm going to keep reiterating that. This is the end of an era. The end of, you have marriage in the toilet. Again, look at the stats. They're projecting by 2030, 45 to 50%, and predicting a 1.6% increase every year after that. So let's say by 2030 is 45%. By 2040, you're going to be looking at almost 60% of women being single and childless. But this is where we are. You guys let me know what you think. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell. It's the Date Master.